G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Dayshow the Aussie Geek, and today we are looking at the Jurassic World Dominion Colossal Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, this might surprise you, but I absolutely love dinosaurs, and it actually amazes me that I do not collect Jurassic World or Jurassic Park figures. I think because I spend so much money on Transformers, I don't have much money or space, especially to put this stuff. However, in saying that, I did not buy this guy off the shelf. I actually found it in my local op shop for $8. So whoever gave it to the op shop, it's mine now. I'm keeping it. So I actually had to look up some YouTube videos and whatnot to actually figure out what this was. I knew it's T-Rex, obviously. But I figured maybe there's been a few of these, and as I came to find out, yes, it is a Jurassic World Dominion. So, which is absolutely great. And then I found out that there was like the Indominus Rex and the Giganotosaurus, and I'm like, they would have been nice to have too. Anyway, so he's massive. I'm standing up behind my camera this time just because I had to get the elevation up high enough to even show this guy at a decent angle. Doesn't have a lot in the way of articulation, but he's got presence. He's big. I still haven't quite figured out where to put him. So things might get a little bit wonky size-wise, and I might have to do some jump cuts here and there just to keep things a little bit neat. But yeah, we'll try our best. I will say he does have a feature. We might as well do it while we're doing articulation. And he's pretty hefty too. So articulation is basically in his head, in his forearms, and in his hind legs. Now he does come separated, but obviously mine was already put together, so I didn't have to do any of that. Anyway, so he's got a double articulated jaw. You have lower jaw and upper jaw, so you can get him a whole lot wide, and then you can bring that up. I think I just popped part of his cheek out. Yeah, under there. Maybe? No, I think it's just the way I'm looking at it. Anyway, so the lower jaw can come up on its own, like so. Although I think it really could be just plastic. You would think the actual tongue moves, but it doesn't. It's one static rubber piece. So you can get quite wide, and of course, then you can get his mouth closed. The one thing I wish I could have done is his eyes. His eyes don't move. So if you have, like I've got it, which is nice and wide, he's looking up at the ceiling. So if you want him looking straight this way, you have to drop the top half. Then he's looking forward, but then the jaw isn't as menacing. Also, I don't know why, but the color of his teeth match more his lower jaw, weirdly, so I don't know. At least it's got varying angles and stuff like they came up with it. He does have a little feature in here, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, if we come to his forearms, they can do a full 360, although they get a little bit tight to the top. So, is that no inwards and outwards, nothing at the elbow or anything. Alright, hind legs. Now, he has a preset sort of stance. As you can see, one leg back, one leg forward. You cannot change his knees or his ankles or anything. So that's the stance. It's a little disappointing, but I don't know what was. I believe Mattel makes these. I don't know what they were quite going for. So you do have, obviously a different angle on your legs. I think they can do sort of blocks back there. So it doesn't do a 360. I'll try the other leg. I don't think it'll make any difference anyway. I'll lay him down so I can do it a little bit easier. So goes forward that far, goes back that far. Oh, I actually have ankle rotation with a somewhat soft ratchet. So yeah, you can get it at a decent angle, but not a lot. That doesn't even go any further back there, but that goes way forward. So you can have him if you really. Actually, let me rephrase that. Her. You can have her because all the dinosaurs are female. We learned that from the first movie. So you can have her more pointing down so she's looking like she's going to eat something. So that's, something you can go with. But yeah, so not much articulation in the legs. Make sure my legs are where I want them. There we go. I think one of them is slightly wrong spot. There we go. I think that's a little high. That's actually more mimicking the old T-Rex look. Although I suppose you could have it sort of roaring up. So let's try that. There. And we'll go with there. This is why I should not mess with my articulation. All right. So there's that. You don't get outwards or anything. But like I said, you do get rotation sort of below the ankle because the ankle's up here. So whatever you call that. Tail has a side to side. It feels like it twists a little bit, but it doesn't. It's more side to side. And it has got a natural sort of S-curve. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. His head looks like it has a joint here. But I would assume that's probably how it connected. From what I saw of the videos, one leg you have to plug in. You plug in the tail, and yeah. Obviously, I'm not unplugging all this, honestly, because no. I'd hate to snap something and then be completely ruined. So there is that. Now, as I had said before, he does have an interesting feature, and as far as I'm aware, all of them have it. I'm just going to take this piece of this Lego tool, and hopefully it doesn't get stuck. He has a very big open mouth, as you can see there, and he can swallow. Then, if you come under here, I get his feet out of the way, he has this here, which is basically his poop chute. Her poop chute, sorry. Cloaca, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to get scientifically thingy, but I'll do it this way so you can actually see a little bit. You flick that open, and it comes out. So he can eat, she can eat. No, it is not a pronoun thing. I just keep forgetting that the dinosaurs are female. So she can eat and she can poop it out, which is pretty damn cool. All right, so obviously no alt mode or anything, which honestly would be kind of weird. So let's get down to size comparison. Where is she? Trying to figure out where the hell I put my wind blade. All right, found her. So there she is with wind blade. Here she is with MP10. I'll actually drop it a bit so you can actually get a more decent sort of look at the size. There she is with MP10. And the best dinosaur equivalent I have is, of course, Gigapower Superior, one of those. They're Grimlock. So Yeah, she big. She's big. So there we go. So there we go. Yeah, she's huge. She's massive. Just trying to think any other thing I could think of that could actually do for a sixth person. But yeah, she's massive. She is huge. I don't have the measurements on me, but take my word for it. Will I get any other ones? I don't know. Probably not. But I will admit that this is now giving me an excuse to go to my local op shop at least once a week and see what else the kitties have had tossed out by mum and dad or grandma or grandpa, or even what they didn't want and decided to get rid of it. So, can't say I'll do a lot of these, but if I find something interesting, why the hell not? So there we go. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. And apart from that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.